Today we're going to talk about the new Netflix horror series, Ju-On Origins. So let's get started. Hey everybody, my name is Justin. I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to subscribe button down below and click that notification for more up-and-coming videos. A paranormal researcher searches obsessively for a cursed home where something terrible happened to a mother and her child long ago. Ju-On Origins is based on the Ju-On Japanese horror film, which did spawn an American remake, as you know, The Grudge. We had the Grudge movie that just came out this year, which was a pretty disappointing movie. I really think the American remakes are just kind of average as well. I seen the Ju-On film years ago, and it was really a terrorizing movie. This series is only 6 episodes long, and each one ranges from like 25 to 33 minutes each, so it's a fairly short series. It's a very haunting series. It is a gruesome, downright disgusting series. This takes some similarities from the Ju-On movies and the Grudge movies as well. How it's kind of structured. Those movies dealt with a curse in a home which spanned over decades. And the characters within that house were connected to other characters. And there's a lot of time jumps. Ju-On Origins has those set up. There's some moments in the late 80s and some moments in 1995. And we have a lot of different characters, and they're all kind of connected. And they're all connected to this house. The series starts off really, I guess, simple for a horror series. There's a lot of setup for the characters in the house as well. But as each episode moves along to the next episode towards the end of the series, it gets bloodier and bloodier and more mysterious and more terrorizing as it goes along. To where the house, how I felt about Ju-On as well, just felt like a character within itself. The house is like a character. And we have very mysterious moments to where characters are discovering the house, exploring it in the early part of the series. And it has such a mysterious tone because you know about this house. You've seen the movies, all of the sequels and spin-offs, and the team-up movies with The Ring as well. But it's mysterious, and it manages to still frighten you after seeing these movies all these years. And that's what I loved about Ju-On Origins, is that it still remains very mysterious and really terrorizing as well, to where you kind of expect certain things to happen because it is based on that popular franchise. You know how certain ways the series is going to turn out, but it still manages to be just very haunting. There is some really gruesome sequences towards the middle half of the series involving some characters. Don't want to spoil it or even describe it to you on camera, but the way that they frame it and the way that they handle certain sequences, they just go all in, and it's just really bloody. And I was not expecting certain sequences. Like I said, I was expecting how, like, the time jumps and the house and all that, but everything else was just very bizarre. One thing I do find frustrating with the Ju-On movie and the Grudge film is the amount of characters that we do get, and you kind of have to closely pay attention to each character's life because it is connected to another tenant that lived in this house, and you kind of jump back and forth several years. This series does it. We have a few different main characters, but the film does a good job of separating them because of its time period. And anybody that is involved in the house, they do have different stories that go with their characters. So it does a good job of separating them. You're not like easily confused with who is who and what is the time period because of the outfits and the cases that are being investigated. We do have like one main story that's set up kind of throughout the series. We have this paranormal investigator who is interested in the house. He's been searching for it for years, has seen articles about it, but just doesn't know its location. And so he's obsessing over that. We have some connection with him in the house, and I like his character as well, how, I guess, determined he is to find this house, and people are warning him. You should have taken the warning because of what the house is and what we have seen. We also have a story with a mother and a husband and a newborn baby. There's just some very grim sequences with that as well. You might see it in some of the trailers. I did not see the trailer before watching the Netflix series, just like I do for many Netflix shows or movies. I just don't watch the trailer because I like to be surprised, and I was surprised with some of the bloody sequences. If you are easily disturbed, I would not check out some of the later episodes of the series. But there is a really good progression with the series, starting off really slow and having such a mysterious tone, and then each episode builds on top of each other to where each episode just becomes more violent and more disturbing and more mysterious around the house and the characters that you got in each previous episode. So Ju-On Origins does a lot within its 6 episodes. I was surprised that it wasn't an 8 to 10 episode series. I was kind of disappointed that we only got 6 because I really liked the Ju-On movie, and the Grudge movies not so much. I was really looking forward to checking it out, but they do a lot within these 6 episodes. I'm going to go ahead and give Ju-On Origins, the new Netflix series, an A. Thank you guys for my review for Ju-On Origins, the new Netflix series. Stay tuned for more up-and-coming Netflix content. You guys are the best as always. My name is Just Watch Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.